As a business owner, you must know that one of the main deciding factors of a potential buyer is trust. Now, there are many ways to build that trust with your customer, but today we are going to talk about one psychological way that people rarely talk about. Hey business owners, I'm Brad Ball, your host of the Grind and Grow Marketing Show, and today we're talking about a marketing technique that builds trust with your potential client or customers. So typically, when we think about building trust with our customers in our business, the typical ways we think about are reviews, testimonials, things like case studies, badges, certifications. Maybe it's a client list, like when you go to a website and you see a list of the clients that they've worked with. These are building credibility. Also, maybe it's something like stats, like years of service or the number of people served, right? So these are some typical ways that people use to build trust in their business and on their website. So the psychological way that we're talking about today, though, is with exposure. Now, when we think about exposure in marketing, one of the most common things that come up is the whole philosophy of the touch points, right? The 7+ times someone needs to see your brand or your offer before buying. So a lot of times when we think about exposure in marketing, that's what we're thinking about. However, today, we are thinking about something a little bit different. We are actually thinking about the psychological way exposure plays a role in your marketing. So it really kind of comes down to two different philosophies. And the very first one is the more someone sees something, the more they believe it. So the more they see your offer, the more they see you, the more they believe you, the more they trust you. That is the first one. The second one is the exposure we have to something, the more we instinctively like it. So the more someone sees your face, the more someone sees you talking, the more someone sees your offer, the more someone sees your brand, the more they are instinctively, subconsciously, psychologically going to like your brand. Now, of course, this isn't work 100% of the time. This isn't work in every situation. But when it comes to branding, it comes to marketing and providing value and being a good business, it works a lot of the time. So what we're thinking about is being in front of your potential client. It's more than just being top of mind. Having that exposure is actually changing their thoughts around you and your brand. So those are the two ways that psychologically that exposure can have on your potential customers. So my advice is when you're thinking about doing social media and you're wondering like, oh, am I posting too much and annoying people? You're not. Exposure is good. People, whether they realize it or not, will like the more they see you. They will expect to see you more. So exposure is good. So when you're sending out that email, exposure is good. More is good. So that wraps us up for today. Look, if you're looking for some of the best ways to update your website and generate more customers, download our website makeover toolkit. I will leave a link to it in the description, and we'll see you in the next video.